I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that last lesson, but now we're going to get into a different universe, different planet. Now we're going to leave that old ugly house business, that old cash part of the business. Let's move over into the pretty house business. This should excite you, because this is where 90% of my real estate income comes from today. And I think it's the easiest part of the business for you to do. So first, what do I mean by the pretty house business? And the answer is anything that's not owned by a bank or an institution. Pretty houses, to me, means owned by individuals. FSBOs, as we call them, for sale by owners. So our goal is very simple. Go out into the marketplace and contact for sale by owners who have an ad running or a sign in front of their house, or who contact us through running ads and a letter that I'll show you. Take a sheet of paper out called a property information sheet. Record what the facts are about their house, which we have a virtual assistant doing for us and for you. And then decide by that information whether they are a suspect or a prospect and worthy of us following up on. See, all the work's been taken out of that part of it today because virtual assistants do all that front end work. So you get into the picture when you get the sheet with all the facts on it, and then you make the call, determine whether you want to go to the house and get an agreement, and then put it into the sales process, which I'll get to on tomorrow's video. So let's start with the basics. First, you need to know that when we are selling these kinds of houses, we are catering to about 80% of the marketplace that cannot qualify for a loan right now. Either they have a credit issue, they have a debt ratio issue, or they have been on the job long enough issue, or they're self-employed, or any of the other things that could keep them from qualifying. Far more people cannot qualify than can qualify. We're catering that entire market, and here's why. In the pretty house business, our simple objective is to buy or lease with terms so that we can offer those terms to the buyers so they don't have to go down to the bank to get into a beautiful home. We control the house with terms so that we can sell the house with terms. The big 5-letter word, terms. Any FSBO who will not allow us to work with them on terms to buy their house is out. We cannot pay retail price for houses and pay full market value. That is not the way to make money in real estate. In fact, that's the way to go broke real fast. So we're only looking for the percentage of the marketplace that'll work with us on terms. Now I know what you're thinking, but Ron, how many people do I have to contact to get somebody to give me terms? Let me give you the answer. Here at Global Publishing in Jacksonville, Florida, where we live and work, we've created a whole team of virtual assistants to contact your customers for you because you told us you needed this done. And because we contact customers for you all over the United States and Canada, we have the facts on the reality of calling sellers. And here's the reality. Out of all the sellers that we call for our clients, 37% of them say yes, they would consider terms. So I'm about to show you what that means. 37%, when asked the right questions, say yes, they would consider terms. And I know that's shocking to many, but that is consistent across the board and has been for a long time now. So let's see what terms means so you can fully understand it and see how quick and easy the money is from this business. So I'm going to go over here to the board. There's 3 types of terms. We're either going to take over the existing debt on the property because the seller says, I just want out, you can have it for what I owe on it. You can have it for what I owe on it. Well, having it for what I owe on it doesn't mean I'm going to write a check to pay off your loan. It means I'll start making payments on your loan whenever the seller and I agree, but I'm not liable for the debt. I'm not assuming the debt. I'm not applying for the debt. Nobody's going to check my credit. We're going to take over the debt. Loan stays in the seller's name. Title transfers to you, the buyer. I have done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these just like that. Okay, next thing, and the most common today, is lease it with an option to buy it. I'll lease it from an option to buy it from the seller, and then I will do one of 2 things. I will either sublease it out to my tenant buyer for a higher price and a larger payment, stay in the middle, or I will just assign my lease and get a check and be out of it. I'll come back to that in a minute. And thirdly, my favorite actually, is to buy it with owner financing. And then I have the option of either, let's move over here, Elliot. Here's my exits. If I buy it with owner financing, I can either sell it with owner financing, or I can lease option it to a tenant buyer until they get a loan and cash me out. So here's my exits, very simple. If I lease option it from the seller, I can sublease it out to the tenant buyer. That's called a sandwich lease option, because I'm the meat in the middle. I'm leasing it from the seller, subleasing it to the buyer. Perfectly legal to do so, all in the agreements, all legal. By the way, everything we do is closed with an attorney. Buying and selling, all of our deals are closed with an attorney, as should yours be as well. Proper paperwork, proper agreements, proper disclosure, everything's disclosed in writing. Or, if I buy it by either taking over the debt or buying it with owner financing, of course I can always pay cash for it as well. I can sell it with owner financing. If I own the property, I can sell it with owner financing. If I'm leasing the property from the seller, of course I can't sell it with owner financing because I don't own it. And thirdly, I can't do either one of these because the math won't allow it normally. Then I'll just assign my contract, put a tenant buyer or a buyer in place, and collect a fee for an assignment fee. So I get paid for assigning my contract because I didn't want to stay in it. In fact, I'm about to show you three examples of three different kinds of examples of deals that are like that. In fact, there's three ways FSBOs will come at you. There's three different ways they're going to come. Number one, they're going to be over leveraged. About 17% of the houses available in this country for sale right now, according to USA Today recently, are over leveraged. That means there's more owed on them than they're worth. About 34% of them are free and clear. But you didn't know there were that many houses free and clear out there, did you? 1/3 of the houses in the country are free and clear. And then the rest of them have a mortgage on them, but they have some equity in it. In other words, they owe less than the current market value of the property. So again, they're either over leveraged, they have debt plus equity, or they're free and clear, which means they have all equity. Those are the three kinds of FSBOs you're going to run across. So again, our goal, pick out the ones that are in any one of those three categories, decide who will allow us to get into their house with terms by asking simple questions that I've put on scripts for you, which are located below incidentally, and then determine who we should go see by reading an appointment script, which I've put it below for you so you can just read it. Go out and get an agreement, which I'll discuss with you tomorrow, and that will be on tomorrow's lesson, and then put it into the sales mode, which I'll discuss with you tomorrow when we talk about selling these big, beautiful homes in these gorgeous areas. So let's start with the golden sheet called the property information sheet that we use in our business to determine what our next step is.